has a radio show. When we make those arguments, then what it boils down to is, okay, I amend my motion. Let's no longer just make a motion to support Jeff. Let's make a motion based upon what our MGO does. And I've just never heard of an organization saying, okay, well, if this organization that we sometimes fight with, but then we sometimes want to build a coalition with, and we're losing our gun rights in this state, we've got it on our agenda that we want to work with them. Let's see what they do, and if they do something, let's do the opposite. That to me is an inappropriate motion.
Well, okay, you're entitled to that opinion. Bernie?
Jeff has been a member of the PPFC for 23 years.
Yeah.
RMGO in the call election in 2013 ran a writer of exotic novels who has no gun background at all against me. RMGO supported her because they didn't like the way whatever I do. A founding member of the PPFC, so I don't give a shit what RMGO is doing.
I don't either.
So this is the Pikes Peak Firearms Coalition. It's our board, our PAC. We decide. If we can't support our own,
What good are we?
then
Our own.
why do we even have members?
That's a scary two words there.
Wait, no,
Our
no,
own.
You don't have the
Our
floor.
own.
You don't have the floor right now.
Our
You don't
own.
have the floor right now.
Bernie, are you
Larry
done?
controls the floor.
I'm done.
Okay, all right. Garrett,
I
and then
just,
Stan.
I mean, when I was brought on this board, I mean, RMGO was at the summer barbecue with us. I mean, do we have an animosity against them that I should be
No.
aware of as a board? Like, I'm unaware of that. I mean, Jody's making faces like I should be aware of this, but like, why are we trying to just be the opposite of another gun group? That's what I'm really
We're not.
confused about.
We're not.
Okay.
We're trying to support-
We're not. This has nothing to do in the sense, RMGO is free to endorse whoever they want. And
Oh, thanks.
if they choose to endorse Dave Williams, then that's their business. I can live with that. Likewise, we are an independent organization, and yes, we share similar philosophies as RMGO for the most part, but just because they endorse somebody, maybe if somebody wants to make the motion to endorse Mr. Williams from the PPFC, they're free to do that. But I think for us to stand quiet when one of our, as Bernie said, one of our own members, an outstanding member, past president for I think 2 terms, something to that effect, and we're not willing to say, hey, here's also a good candidate, then I think we're kind of missing the boat. And the other thing is that, let's be real, is that because I don't know, if RMGO endorses Mr. Williams, he is going to pound that drum from here to the election. And I think it would be unfair for us to sit back and do nothing and sit on our hands when we do know of another good candidate. And I'm willing, if somebody wants to make a motion to endorse David Williams, that's why we're here. But I want to make the motion that, I'll say it again, that if RMGO publicly endorses Mr. Williams before the primary, then the vote that we make tonight will be made public, that we have endorsed Jeff Crank. If they stay mum and they don't do anything, then our endorsement, we stay quiet about it as well.
Well, I have a follow-up to that, because I'm also a member of Log Cabin Republicans, and we had the same situation occur with the committee woman race that just occurred. And we ultimately, Laurel Eimer was a member of our organization for many, many years. And ultimately, I and many of the people on the board felt, supporting a candidate, including Valdemar Gillette, our president, supporting a candidate is based off of merit, not just because someone was an organizational member. And ultimately, as a result, we chose not to endorse anyone, because that was our organization's, train of thought. And I would like to see that again in this situation, where we don't where we don't endorse a candidate, because the truth is, when it comes to the Second Amendment, there's really not a better option between the two there that I can see. They're both staunchly pro Second Amendment. So to say, for us to endorse one would be to essentially say one is more Second Amendment than the other, I feel like. I just don't know how we do
Well,
that.
And we're a single issue group, so if we're looking at the single issue, which is guns, which is the Second Amendment, it's not about whether somebody's one of our own. It's not about whether he was a past president. It's about one issue, which is the Second Amendment. And if
Okay,
those
and
people are loyal Second Amendment enthusiasts, and we know that they will fight for our rights, which I take your word that Jeff will fight for our rights just as much as Dave has fought for our rights. There's absolutely zero reason for an organization like this to be entering into a situation where we are supporting somebody just because they have been a member of our group. That's
Well-
what it boils down to.
No, that's not the sole reason why I'm making this recommendation. I personally believe, I served with Mr. Williams. I've known Mr. Williams for the better part of 20 years. And yes, he has voted the right way, but I've also known Jeff Crank for 25 or 30 years. I know that when he was in Washington and he had the ear of our former Congressman Joel Heffley, who was also a staunch supporter of the Second Amendment, is that he's done more than just talk the talk. He's been consistent in his actions. Personally, he's been consistent on his radio show for years. He's been consistent when he was involved with our organization, and he's been consistent by his own personal actions of being out there. He's a hunter, he's an outdoorsman. I'm not knocking Mr. Williams, but I don't know what Mr. Williams, I don't know if he is a hunter. That's not the requirement. That's not what I'm saying. But once again, I'll emphasize that if our MGO decides to endorse Dave Williams, and I don't know if they will or they won't, I don't know. But if they do, and we sit quietly on our hands, I don't think that that's the right thing to do. I think we should be prepared, and that's why we're here right now, to support a quality person that will represent our Second Amendment rights and is an extremely good candidate for this office.
And I feel like we have that in
I don't know that you
both.
have the floor,
So,
Larry.
okay.
I had my hand raised.
It's like a-
Sorry. So, we have a dilemma here, and I think it's important to kind of have a conversation about this, back up a little bit and talk about this from a strategic point of view. We've got to figure out how to work together. Now that means Firearms Coalition, RMGO, CSSA, and every